Welcome to another episode of the Change Revolution channel. Today we're going to talk about the 5D timeline and the 3D timeline and the difference between the two. So both timelines are coexisting simultaneously, which means that some of us have moved to a higher frequency, to a new timeline, and others have stayed on the 3D timeline, which is a lower frequency, where people experience typically fear, anger, doubt, worry, lack, and so on and so forth. They're dense energies that limit you. So they have a very limited perspective, and they tend to stay in a state of being that is controllable because they are always in fear and lack. And they seek on the outside something on the outside so they can feel better on the inside. So many of us have done our inner work, and this is why it was so important to go inwards and heal your little self and heal those parts of you that were seeking on the outside to feel good, to feel recognized, to feel important. To stop allowing people telling you what to do, you know, the people pleasing and the always doing for others, not being able to say no. Those of us who have done the work and are out of that way of being have shifted to the 5D timeline where we are experiencing joy, freedom, true abundance, and abundance, whether it's time, money, connections, whatever abundance is, but in a very positive, refreshing way. We enjoy life. So both, and it doesn't mean that when you're on the 5D timeline, when your frequency goes up, it doesn't mean that you don't have challenges. That's not the case, because we do. But how we experience them and how we choose to handle the challenges is very different. It's not from a victim perspective or a fear-based perspective, but it's more of a taking responsibility and wanting to create something for yourself that is in alignment, that feels good, that is empowering, that is fulfilling. So the two timelines right now are coexisting. And the challenge is when people on the 5D timeline come and interact with the 3D timeline, we tend to feel their fear or their victim mindset or just how heavy they are because they are at a lower frequency. And those on the 3D timeline, they look at us and they think we're wackos because we're happy and we're all enjoying life. And they're like, how can that be? They're two very different perspectives, very different ways of being, of experiencing the world. So when the two timelines come together and the people from 3D and 5D interact together, it can be very interesting, especially if they're members of your family or people dear to you. You'll see that relationships will change. Either they will completely stop or the relationship itself will change. Neither is good or bad. Neither timeline is better than the other. It's just what it is and where people are at, and that's it. So if you want to experience something very light and very fun, freeing, and experience peace, you want to surround yourself with other people on that same timeline. Not saying that you want to push away and create, you don't want to create separation, because when you interact with people on the 3D timeline, you do inspire them, and you do, those who are a little bit open will want what you have. So it will inspire them to do their work. But surrounding yourself by more people who have the same vision and perspective and experience will uplift you. And you'll see you won't want to spend too much time with people who are heavy. You can send them love. You can really help them and be there with and for them when they want to and when you choose. But you always have the choice. And this is where the power lies. You always have the choice of how you want to live your life and how you want to create your life. So the 5D timeline is just expanding even more, and it's a very freeing way of living. So if you're on that way and you're seeing that shift, keep going. Keep working on yourself and healing those parts of you that make you feel not good enough, where you know you're chasing on the outside to feel recognized, seen, and feel important, feel loved. Keep healing. And the more you heal, the more you raise your frequency. The more you raise your frequency, the more the more you experience that inner peace and that total freedom and fulfillment. There's a lot happening, and I've been working with people for a long time, and even on myself. I've been working on myself for over 20 years, and it is a process. So it's important that you know that you honor yourself, and to also know that when you are triggered, it's you that has something to to work. So even on the 5D timeline, you can be triggered, and they're just pointers on what you still need to heal. Because when we heal for ourselves, we heal for others. So keep doing that work on yourself, please, please, please. Now, if you want to expand even more and free yourself more, just click a clarity call, and we'll hop and see how we can work together. See you on the other side.